Hey everybody, today I'm going to take these green-lipped mussels, you can see these here, these are from New Zealand, and I'm going to make green-lipped mussel bisque. So if you haven't noticed already, I'm a pretty big fan of seafood, and here's another example. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these mussels and I'm going to put them in a pot with 1/3 of a cup of white wine, 2/3 of a cup of water, and I'm going to put that on high and get them to open up. So I'm going to take care of that right now. I got my 1/3 of a cup of wine. And then put that in there with those mussels. And then 2/3 of a cup of water. I get my water from my Bisque water filter here. This thing is great. You just pick one up. Filters out fluoride and everything. That's one. And two. I'm just going to cover that up and I'm going to turn it on high. Let's get to work on the other parts. Alright, while those are opening up, we're going to get to work on the vegetables. Alright, so a couple things we're going to need here. We're going to need half of this red onion. Just get that onion chopped up. We need 2 of these tomatoes. These need to be chopped up, peeled, and the seeds taken out. Okay, after I got that tomato all chopped up and peeled, we're going to do a stick of celery. We're going to crush 2 cloves of garlic. We need 1 leek. We're just going to use the white. I'm going to chop that up thin. Alright, now we're going to go check on those mussels. Oh yeah, they're all opened up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these mussels out of there and I'm going to save that broth they were cooking in. After I've added my 2 tablespoons of butter to the pan and everything that we've chopped up, I'm just going to saute those in there for about 3 minutes, just let them sweat out a little bit. Alright, while those are cooking down in that pan, I'm going to get the rest of the stuff ready here. We're going to separate the mussels from these shells. If you want to, you can leave 1 or 2 of them in the shell for a garnish. Alright, so now that I got all those separated from the shells, I'm saving 1 for a garnish. Let's see how many I have here. Okay, I'm going to take 6 of them, and I'm going to put them in that pan with all the vegetables. Now this is that broth that they were steamed in to make them open up. To that, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water. And another 1/3 cup of the white wine. And I'm going to add that to the pot with the vegetables. I'm going to set these to the side. And I'm going to take 1/2 of this pepper and chop it up to put in there. Alright, I'm going to add that pepper to my pot. I also have some dried basil that I grew. I'm going to take about 1 tablespoon of that and grind that up in there. And some fresh parsley. I'm going to put about 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley in there. Okay, now I'm going to put this on the stove and I'm just going to cook that down for about 5 minutes. Yep, for about 5 minutes I'm just going to let that cook down. Alright, so just a little side note, I want to show you guys something weird. When I was taking these mussels apart, one of them had this little tiny crab in there. I don't know if I can really focus on that. Let's see. I can't really get good focus on it, but trust me, there's a little crab in there. Let's check on this. Alright. Basically what we're doing is we just want that red pepper to soften up. Because we're going to put all this in the blender, add some heavy whipping cream, and that's going to be a nice bisque. Check back in a minute. How about that crab? Alright, now we're going to take the soup that we had cooking down on the stove. We're going to add all that to the blender. Alright, now we're going to blend this really thoroughly. When you got something hot in the blender like this, it's always a good idea to let it vent when you first start it. And pulse it so it doesn't all fly up out of there. So we're just going to stir it up a bit. I'm going to take it off pulse and we're going to go right to puree. Alright, while that's blending, I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of salt and about the same of fresh cracked black pepper. Put the lid back on and let that blend up. Alright, so now that that's blended till it's smooth, I'm going to take it and put it in a pan. You can use a smaller pan this time because I just used the big one to get those mussels to open up. Alright, so after the blender, I added 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I put it on the burner here, and I've been letting it simmer for about 20 minutes. And you can take a look at that. Now I tasted this, and I got to tell you, this is one of the best bisques I've ever tasted. Look at that, there's some whole mussels in there. So I'm going to get this plated, and we'll take a look at it when I have that done. Alright, so there it is. That's our mussel bisque. So I really hope you try this one. Like I said, this is one of the best recipes I've ever made. So give this one a try. Go to my website, find out the recipe if you didn't follow along. And, well, like always, I'm going to go enjoy this. Hope you do the same. Thanks for watching.
I've been there, I've done that. I know the score. I've been there, oh, I've done that once or twice before. I've been there.